Hello everyone, good evening, hello, we're going live on YouTube, right now on this Wednesday evening. It's just gone 6 p.m. on the 25th of January, Wednesday the 25th. So hello, good evening, we're going live on YouTube right now. Thank you so much everybody for being here on the live stream, and we're going to be live streaming our 10 to 14 day. So we're going to do everything that we'll do in a regular 10 to 14 day video. The only difference is that we're going to be doing it live rather than doing it, you know, as a video upload. But people will be able to watch it back as a video, I suppose. No, we'll be getting on with that for you around 6:30, something like that. Before that, I'll be going through the live chat, and I'll be giving you all a shout out and taking questions and whatnot. And it's going to be epic. So thank you so much, everybody. The Westerlies are returning, I think. So we're losing the cold weather that we've had over the past week. At the start, the cold weather was only supposed to be like a couple of days, wasn't it? It's actually gone on well over a week now. Though it did turn into quite a protracted and prolonged cold spell, rather unexpectedly. And it's on its way out now. We are going to be seeing weather becoming less cold through the rest of this week and into the weekend. Not necessarily say all that mild, but it is going to become less cold. And yeah, so if you had enough of the cold weather, right, I've had enough of it actually. It's been very chilly here in the towers. I've been a little bit shivering, and that. So if you're fed up with the cold weather, then it's on the way out, and things will be turning quite a lot milder in the coming few days. Katrine, let's do it again by dancing like Palpy. I don't know, Katrine. I don't think Palpy was much of a dancer. He was very, very sinister. Thank you so much, Katrine, for being here. Yeah, so Minor Westerlies are returning, and we'll go through the 12s there and see what's happening. We'll, you know, bring an update with stratospheric developments. We're going to have some long range as well, so it's going to be epic. It's going to be an epic 10 to 14 there, and I say that will be coming up for you around sort of 6:30ish. Everybody say thank you so much to our moderators for moderating on the live stream. That'd be absolutely fantastic. I'd like to say thank you so much to James 098. We haven't got Paul or XP here yet. I think Paul will be along a little bit later on. But if everybody to say thank you so much to our moderators, that would be lovely and it would be epic. Hold on, everybody. Sorry everyone, it would be a Gav live stream without a car. That'd be epic if you can say thank you so much to the moderators. Thank you so much to James 098 being here. Paul will be checking a little bit later on, and SP may be along a bit later on as well. Chris Clifford, will we get a tropospheric response to the SSW, do you think, or will it just turn out to be a stormy, mild February? I think a tropospheric response is going to be unlikely, because this is not a major sun-stratospheric one. It's going to be like a series of minor warmings, and we're not going to get a reverse of zone wings or a split of the stratospheric polar vortex. So I think a tropospheric response is going to be unlikely. However, that doesn't mean we can't get cold weather, because in December and January we have had cold weather even with a strong stratospheric polar vortex. So let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see, Chris. Right, okay, we're going to start going through the live chat for you right now. So let's do that. We're at 49 concurrent viewers with 12 thumbs up. So if you can give us a like on the stream, that would be great. It'd be absolutely epic. And thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Sean Partridge, no relation. Good evening, Gav, Mods, and GavsWeatherVids family. Hello to you, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. Right, let's start going through the live chat then. So first person in with us was Finley Boy. Good evening to Finley. Hello, my friend. I always seem to be the first one here live. You must be waiting for me, Finley, to to post the stream up. Congratulations for being the first person in, Finn. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a nice day. Been to school. I hope you had a nice day. Right, we've got Mark Knish here, even Gavin. I noticed on charts yesterday about zonal winds when you get to April, May, they go in reverse, so I take it the PV will be gone by April or May. Is that why it's more settled then? Yeah, that's like the final, we get final warming of the stratosphere and, you know, the end of the polar vortex. That's like a cyclical thing that happens during the spring every year as we go into the summer, you know, the temperature cyclically lifts up. Right, okay, and that's the reason, you know, that it does tend to get more settled as you go along. And May tends to have quite a lot of BC winds as well, of course. Right, Finley, it's so cold. It has been very cold, Finley, but it's getting a little bit less cold now, my friend. Mark, Gavin, does it prove that cold winters for us do come back in the end, because between 1895 and 1940 it was mild. There were a couple of cold winters in 1917 and 1929, but excuse me, yes, I think that's correct, Mark. You never rule out a cold winter at any point. Mark, Gavin, before the cold winters of 1978-79, wasn't there a run of mild winters in the 1970s? Yes, there was. Mid-70s had lots of mild winters, Mark. Mark and Gavin, I have to say this winter so far has had more cold spells compared to last number of years. Yes, definitely, that's true. I agree with you there, Mark. 2020-21 had quite a few cold spells, especially up north. But yes, I think so. Okay, Mark, Gavin, whatever happens, do you still think there will be some cold weather times through February? Wouldn't surprise me if there is. I think February could still be an interesting month. It's certainly more than possible. We've had cold spells in December and January. Can we get another one going during February? We shall see, but I wouldn't rule it out. Shiram, hello Gavin. How's the CT measure? They look at 3 separate individual stations. I cannot remember exactly where they are, but they have like 3 separate individual stations within a triangle, you know, from Wales to Eastern England and then up into the North Midlands, I think. And that's how they do it, you know. They measure the temperature in those 3 stations. Thank you so much, Sean, for being here. Mark, Gavin, in 2006-07, it was mild winter, but with a cold snap in February. Yeah, that's right. You know, cold snaps can happen at any point. At any point, Mark. Tom Mosler, hello to you. Hello, Gavin. Hello to you, Tom. Thank you so much, my friend, for being here. Finley, I think February will be cold in the first half and a bit milder in the second half. Month of 2 halves, then. Going for a month of 2 halves, my friend. We've had that in both December and also in January as well, of course, haven't we? So, yeah, you know, I wouldn't be all that surprised either if we have like a month or 2 halves. But it might be I think it could be like milder in the first half and colder in the second half, but we'll see. Okay, let's have a look. Shiram, hello, Gavin. Is there going to be a summer sneak peek this year? I am a bit snowed under, big part of the pun, Shiram, for updates. Maybe I'll see if I can get something together, but you know, it's very hectic at the moment. So I'll see if I can get something together for a little bit of a summer sneak peek. I do like to have a sneaky peeky, as you know. Shiram. Right, Mark, Gavin, do you remember the Boxay Storm of 2004 storm in Indonesia, where a tsunami hit, killing 230,000 people? This country has a bit of wind and rain ban in most countries. It's true, I remember that very well. A devastating tsunami. It was awful, wasn't it? James, you're right. James, to you, my friend. Thank you so much to James for moderating. Lee Stevens, so to you, Lee. Evening all. Who's ready for a Westerly anticlimax? Is it going to be an anticlimax, Lee, or will we be climaxing? We shall see. Save it for Friday night, my friend. Shiram, what's the difference between warm and occluded front? A warm front is a warm front, you know, it's got warm air behind it, and a occluded front is where the warm front and the cold front catch one another up, or the cold front catches up the warm front. Really, the warm front always goes ahead. So the cold front catches up the warm front, and you know it occludes out. It's neither a warm or a cold front. It's a mixture. Mark, Gavin, if Westerlies return, does that mean they'll still be here in April, May time, or doesn't it? We'll have to wait and see. Mark, we'll need to wait and see, my friend. We're at 66 concurrent viewers with 18 thumbs up. Please give us a like on the stream. Thank you so much for doing that. In around 20 or so minutes time, we are going to start bringing you some data, and we'll bring you our 10 to 14 day live. It's going to be epic. Right, okay, Tom Mosler, good evening to Tom. I think I've shouted you out already, haven't I, Tom? Saying, hi everyone, could we get January CET to 4.9, 1.1 above, make it contrast to 1.1 below, like in December. It might be a tall order, because we are going to have a minor few days at the end of the month, Tom. No, let's wait and see. You know, it is possible that we might get into the upper fours. Right, okay, Sharon, Gavin, does the ECM model have town and city grass like the GFS? Yes, I think it does. I think it does at Veta. Okay, Marcus Johnson, good evening to you, my friend. At 72 concurrent viewers now. It's quite a big live stream. Thank you so much, everybody. It's a good live stream. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Marcus Johnson, good evening, Gavin. Everyone, much more the day here today. Quite a big contrast. It's been quite cold here. And, you know, just a little bit grim. It's been very damp, and the fog, we started off with a lot of fog, and the fog lifted and then it come down the ceiling. That's been, you know, quite a grim old, bit of grim old sort of day, today. I put the bins out last night, and the fog had come down. It's very, very icy. Last night, quite unusual how icy it was from the dampness of the fog. You know, almost like it was almost like freezing rain. Really, which I nearly slipped over about 4 or 5 times last night putting out the bins. So I'm off on a tangent. I'm so sorry, but that was notable. I haven't noticed it that icy, you know, for a very long time. Adam Blunston, Adam Weather fan. Hi everyone. Hi at GavsWeatherVids. Looking forward to tomorrow. Adam's off to London on the train tomorrow. How lovely, Adam. You're going to have a great time, my friend. You have to take some pictures and post them on the Discord, you know, of your train journey. I love a train journey. I love a train journey myself. You know, I quite like going on the train and going along the track. So, you know, you have a great time, Adam. You're going to have a lovely time, my friend. And I hope you have a lovely day. Is it just a day of it going for us, or going for a long weekend or something? I'm not sure, but I'm sure you'll have a lovely time anyway. Yeah, Michael, it's not all that much more here yet, but it will be soon. It's very misty, murky, damp, foggy, grim, you know, sort of day today. Hiram, hello, Gavin. Isn't it correct that sunrise and sunset on the equator is 6 a.m, 6 p.m. all year round? Yes, I think so. TB, hello to you, my friend. According to TB. Thank you so much, TB, for being here. Mikey is here as well. Mikey Rawcliffe, good evening to you. Good evening, Gavin, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much, Mikey, for being here. I'm doing great. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope everything's good for you. Thank you so much for checking into the live stream. Excuse me, once more, Muncie. Good evening to Muncie Bio. Thank you so much, Muncie, for being here. We've got Asia Major here as well. Good evening, Gavin, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. It's a damp, mild evening here in Gloucestershire, and I don't like the change from cold and frost. It is on the way out. The cold weather's on the way out, my friend. So we are going to have, I think, like quite a stormy, mild start to February, but we'll wait and see. You know, but I think we are going to have been for a bit of an Atlantic bit of an Atlantic, push. But we're going to have to get through that before we start thinking about the return of any cold weather. That might be because of the minor stratospheric warming that's taking place right now over Siberia will displace the polar vortex. I think that might bring colder air into North America, and that might pep up the jet stream. So actually the not an SSW. Well, it is an SSW, but it's a minor SSW. It's not a major. So it might actually be working against the cold lovers, this time. Thank you so much, Adrian, for being here. Right, okay, we've got Chaz Urbex here. Hello to you, Chaz. Looking forward to this forecast. Love a good storm. I'm hoping I may be in luck over the next 10 days. If reality does pick up in early February, I think it might do, then you could be in for some storms where, my friend, we are going to have a look at the 12s then, with our 10 to 14 there, but we'll be coming up in around 15 minutes time. Thank you so much for being here. Are you subscribed to our channel? I hope you are. Please give us a sub. Thank you so much. Right, okay, Monty is here. Monty Pie, how do you, Monty? Also got Jake Happerson. Hi, Gav. The sort of pattern which we got last week. Do you think it was a teaser pattern for this summer? I don't know. Probably not, Jake. I doubt there's much connection between one particular week in January and becoming summer. So probably not, my friend. Harvey Harbour, hello to you, Harvey. We've also got Glenn Peavy here as well. Good evening, Glenn. Thank you so much, Glenn, for being here. Trevor Davis saying, is anyone surprised with question mark? I don't know. What's that with, Trevor? Westerlies are coming back, maybe. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. Okay, Mike Johnson, it says he's present but do miss the frosty mornings. My hallway is still like the Arctic red lights. Very cold out in the hall here in the towers as well, Mike. It does take a little while to warm the house up, it starts getting milder after a cold spell. Right, okay, Chris Clifford thanking and saying good evening and thanking the mods and live stream viewers. Thank you so much, Chris, for that. Shockwave 2000, even Gavin, everyone, cold spell seems to be further away now, like 12th of February and beyond. We are going to have a push of Atlantic weather, I think, through the first week, 10 days or so of February shockwave. So maybe we'll get a month or two halves, with mild in first half, cold in the second half. We'll have to wait and see. It will be interesting to see how it works out. Neil Fennell, tonight's 12 is amazing. Probably an outlier that goes against the Westerlies Spirits. Oh wow, I didn't know, Neil. So we're going to have a look at 12 very shortly and see what it's doing. Is something interesting going on the 12Z tonight? Maybe it is. Yazan is here saying, hi Gav. Yaz here. I'm currently in Jordan and we're experiencing a very warm winter. At a time, we usually expect some snow. Do you think the Eastern Mediterranean would experience polar downdraft for February? There are signs that like Eastern and Southeastern Europe are going to get colder in the earlier part of February, end of January to early February. We might start seeing some snow appearing in the Balkans. It's been a very mild winter for the Balkans. They might start getting some snow. Some of that might start pushing over to Greece and Turkey as well. So I've got to go a little bit further eastwards to get into your part of the world. So maybe, we'll have to wait and see. But if it does get cold, I think it's going to be temporary. I think it's generally a mild winter, for the east and southeast part of Europe. So if it does get cold, or when it gets cold, I would expect it doesn't last more than a few days, and then the milder conditions will come back. But we'll see. Jake Mitchell, thank you so much to Jake Mitchell for being here. We've also got Trish here as well. Thank you to Trish. And Tayab Khan is here. Hello to you. Thank you so much. Steffi Adcock, good evening, Steph. I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you so much to Steffi for checking in. Tayab saying, do you think this winter has been like a teaser winter? Has it hit those guidelines for next winter, maybe? I don't know if I better say any more about the teaser winter idea. To be honest, I think people get very upset with me when I talk about teaser winters. So I think I will leave that that particular theory on the shelf. But it does feel a little little bit like that, but I hadn't better say too much, I don't think. Jake Mitchell, I'm not sure we're getting any widespread snow. I'm considering moving to Alaska. Hate this UK weather. I mean, it has been cold. It's been very cold in the past week or so, and the first couple of weeks of December were very cold as well. Some places in December did get a lot of snow in the southeast corner. There's a snow event there, so yeah, it's not been great for snow, but maybe with snow, like, you can get quite a bit of snow even in a mild winter, and a cold winter might not have, or a colder winter might not have all that much. So snow is always difficult, it's always patchy when it comes to snow. You have to get everything just in the right place to be able to get snow. But we'll see. We've still got time. I mean, February might go milder, but might actually be a snowier month than like January or December. So let's just wait and see how it works out. And wow! Stick your fingers in your ears, everybody. Super chat. Woo. Thank you so much to Neil Fenner for your super chat. That's absolutely fantastic. That's lovely, amazing. Thank you so much, Neil, for that. How lovely of you. Thank you so much, my friend. What a live stream. Paul James here as well. So good evening to James United and to Paul James. Well, thank you so much to moderators for moderating on the live stream. Paul just got in, I think, and is just going from work. He's moderating for us now. Thank you so much, Paul. And thank you so much to James United as well. Amazing, incredible. Thank you so much, both. The moderator's absolutely fantastic. So, that is really epic. Thank you so much, my friend. Right, okay. Let's have a look. Peter. Oh dear, nice guy, Gav. You bring us snow. Wow. Thank you so much, Peter. I wish I could bring more people, the weather that they want, and that's usually for this channel, snow. But I do my best, I have a word with the weather guys and see what they'll do for us. Thank you so much, my friend. Jake Mitchell, at what age did you start getting interested in weather and why? Probably, well, it was about 3 or 4, something like that. So that would be during the winter of 1981, 82. I've got, some vague memories of that winter. It's a cold Christmas on the ground on Christmas Day, and it was a very cold December in 1981. Of course, maybe had a big blizzard in January of 82. I used to watch the BBC weather, in the evening with my dad before I went to bed, at like 6 o'clock or whatever it was, and that's where the interest started. And then through the 80s, there was a run of cold winters, and of course, I being very young, thought that this was our climate, I thought this was our weather, but every winter would be cold and snowy. And then we got to 1987, 1988, and we had the first of a trilogy of exceptionally mild winters and virtually snowless winters. It was a big old shock, it's a big old shock. The gap, it brought me down to earth, and I saw what our climate is really like most of the time, and that actually the cold winters we had through the early and middle of the 1980s were actually the exception to the rule, and actually, most of our winters tend to be quite mild. But that's how it started anyway. That's how it started, my friend. So I started very, very young with my interest, but I'm very privileged actually to have been, a kid through that era, in the 80s when we had those cold winters. Maybe if I was being a kid in the 90s, hardly any of the winters were cold. Maybe I wouldn't have had the interest. Who knows? I think I would have done anyway, though. But I think I would have done. But I was very lucky to have been born just at the right time at the end of the 1970s to get to experience those very cold winters in the 80s. Now we're at 85 concurrent viewers, which is gracious of me, with 29 thumbs up. Please give us a like on the stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. In around 5 or so minutes time, we will be bringing you some data. We're going to bring you our 10 to 14 there. We're going to do it live, so that'll be coming up shortly. John McLaughlin, how to you? John saying, hi Gav, what chance of an a beach to the east in February with all that's going on in the Strat? I'm not sure what's happening in the Strat is going to be enough on its own to help with that. We might get beach from the east anyway. We've had cold weather in December and January, you know, without any sort of stratospheric warming. So it is possible that we'll get some very cold weather. You know, but we'll wait and see. Thank you so much for your entree, Olfan. Stick your fingers in your ears again, everyone. Super chat. Woo, 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 woo. Thank you so much, Andre. Saying something for your drinks cabinet. I don't know, Andre. Something, you know, I'll get me a little bit of magic water, maybe, Andre. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my friend. That's epic. Yeah, right, so I will be shouting out all our super chatters. Of course I will. I'll be doing that. Right, okay. Better make some progress through the live chat. I think I've been enjoying myself chatting away too much. I am a long way behind, so let's start making a little bit of progress. Matthew Orchard, it's there to you, Matthew. Thank you so much. Right, okay. Mark Kanish, Gavin. If the storms come soon, could get a storm. Mark, haha. I'll be laughing when that one comes. Wow. I think it'll be a struggle because I haven't had a named storm yet, so I think it'll be a struggle to get to M on the named storm list before the end of summer. But never know, maybe. Good luck, my friend. With that. Okay, right, let's have a look. Mark, I'm off to Liverpool tomorrow, Gavin, on the bus. But I do it every week for a couple of pints in the pub, and how lovely, and do my sightseeing, history, whatever the weather. That's great, Mark. You have a lovely time. You have a lovely time, my friend. Alan Collins, hello to you. Saying late tonight in South Wales. The nights are drawing out, Alan, aren't they? They definitely are. The days are lengthening. Right, okay. James United States. Oh, dear me. Oh, blimey. That didn't sound very good, did it? James United States. Unfortunately not. Finley, the server is private for now, my friend. Yeah, the Discord's private for now, Finley. But if and when we open it up, you know, back up to the public, and start taking new members, then you'll be the first to know. You'll be the first to know, my friend. Kirk Ford, how do you, Kirk? Saying hello, Gam. Have you seen all the snow and tornadoes in America? I know it's getting colder there. I haven't been up to date with it, but I know that it's going to get colder and more volatile over the other side of the pond. Apparently a hospital got hit yesterday. Oh, wow. That's dreadful news. And I was watching live storm chasing yesterday. That's serious, isn't it? Hope everybody's okay. Oh, Darth Vader has arrived! Thank you so much, Darth Vader! Right, wish I could watch the live, Gav. But I will go back to him tomorrow, so I'll sleep for now. You enjoy your evening. Thank you so much, Darth, for checking in. And safe travels back to Sweden tomorrow, my friend. Mark Bogan, going to you, Mark. Thank you so much. To Mark Bogan being here. James Jukebox 2 is there. Oh, to you, James. Shiram, hello, Gavin. Is there any scientific background behind the saying as the days lengthen, the cold strengthens? I suppose just that January and February are statistically colder than December on average. Jerome. Andrew Barker, my good friend Andy is here. Hello to you, Andy. Thank you so much for being here. Right, okay, Trevor Hall. Hello to you, Trevor. Thank you so much, my friend, for being on a live stream tonight. I've also got Jonathan Stockley here as well. Good to you, Jonathan. Thank you so much for being here. Right, okay, Andy, if you cannot have snow, then frost and clear skies is the next best thing. The frost got so thick here at the weekend, but it actually looked like it was snow on a lot of the pavements and that. You know, it was proper thick old frost back over the weekend. Adam Blunson, I'm looking forward to tomorrow and excited as well. You have a fantastic time, Adam. You're going to have a lovely, lovely time, my friend. Right, okay, let's come down to the bottom of the live chat. Hello to all of you at the bottom of the live chat. If I've missed anybody, giving a shout out, giving you a shout out, then please let me know. Give me a thumbs up emoji, a waving emoji, some kind of emoji, and I'll give you a shout out before we start a swing catcher at 95 concurrent viewers with 35 thumbs up. It's epic right. Thank you so much, everybody. Please smash the like button and let YouTube know that you're enjoying this live stream. It would be absolutely amazing if you can do that. Jack Lowe, wow, even Gav, even all. How are we all doing on Burns night? It's Burns night, of course. Just had Neeps, tackles and haggis and a cheeky whiskey. Oh, lovely chat. Not too much, my friend. It's still early. You've got to pace yourself, Jack. But it sounds like you've had a good night so far. And thank you so much for checking in to our live stream on this Burns night. Bob Cowling, hello to you, Bob. Saying hi, mate, love me rising. Thank you so much. That's incredibly kind. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. Andy would like to repeat of 2010 just to watch Gav's videos. It would be fun, wouldn't it? If the weather gods gave me a December to remember again. Maybe they will one day, who knows. Tim, hello to you, Tim. Hello, Gav and everyone here. Thank you so much, my friend, for being here. Bob Cowling, I love your videos. You're smashing it, my friend. Are there any named storms on the way? Looks like the Atlantic is going to be picking up. I haven't got some data at the moment. Looks like we are going to be going into a more westerly phase, so maybe. I haven't had a named storm so far this winter, so maybe when we get into February, we'll get one. Watch this space on that, my friend. Right, okay. Ryan 56. The Westerlies need to west off. I don't know, Ryan. I don't know. Thank you so much for being here. Nick Hyde. Hello to you, Nick. Thank you so much for being on a live stream tonight. That's amazing. It's incredible. But best of Sweden, he says, well, hello to you, best of Sweden. Thank you so much, my friend. Paul Miller, hi, Gav, feeling less confident of the SSW now. Certainly, late January, early February is not going to be a major sudden stratospheric warming. It's going to be a minor warming, you know, a couple of minor warmings, actually. One going on right now, another one around the 30th, last day of the month, 31st of January. It's not going to be enough to reverse solar winds, and that's the gold standard to say that you have had a major stratospheric warming to get a reversal of solar winds at 10 HP. It's not going to be enough to do that. There could be further warmings down the line, though, so, you know, we can't discount that possibility. But for now, the warming that we've got coming up is not going to be like a major southern stratospheric warming. We can say that with very good confidence now. Thank you so much for the best of swing. TBOS is here. Hello to you, my friend. Right, okay. Callum, hello to you, my friend. Good evening to Callum. Matthew Orchard, smash the like button. Thank you so much, Matthew. If everybody could give us a like on stream, smash that like button. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Peter Evans, hello to you, my friend. Good evening to Peter. Thank you so much. Jack Lowe, hello. Hi to Mark B. Mark Vogan. Hope you're well. Loving the vids, my friend. Mark's great. Yeah, do check out Mark Vogan's channel, and his content is absolutely fantastic. So give Mark a sub, of course. Of course, you should do that. Mark's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much to Ryan56. Again, stick your fingers in your ears, everybody. Super chat. Thank you you so much, Ryan. We need a February to remember. We may get one, but it might be for the it might be for the wrong reasons, Ryan. It might not be for the reason you're hoping for. But we shall see. Benjamin Dover! What the hell am I watching? Good evening to Benny D. Thank you so much to Benjamin Dover for being here. Right, well, I think we'll start doing some screen capturing for you now. How does that sound? Callum still thinks that February and March could be very interesting. I'm sure they will be. It might not be from a totally cold perspective, but, you know, the weather's always interesting for me. I think Gavin, when you start singing, I keep thinking of you sing like Paul McCartney. That's very kind of you, Mark, but I can't sing like Macca. But thank you so much, my friend. Shiram, I want to see Gavin's videos during a repeat of January 1987. The way it goes on, it certainly does. It would be epic, wouldn't it? It would be epic if the weather gods would give me that. Paul James, Mark Vogan does a great worldwide weather update. Mark's videos are absolutely fantastic. Do give Mark Vogan a lovely Mark. Do give Mark a subscription. Do subscribe to Mark's channel. Right, well, I've rabbited on for long enough, I think. If I have missed anybody in the live chat, then please give me a thumbs up or a waving emoji. I'll give you a shout out in about 2 minutes. Duncan Wood, Atlantic Strikes Back, it does, Duncan. Right, I think I've rabbited on for long enough. I've been enjoying myself in the live chat too much, but we're going to start bring you our 10 to 14 day now, and we're going to be doing it live. So I am going to be turning off webcam for this part of the live stream because we're going to do everything that we would do in a 10 to 14 day video. The only difference is that we're doing it in a live stream rather than as a video upload. I wouldn't normally have webcam on other than at the beginning and the end of the 10 to 14 days, so I will be disappearing, but I will be back on camera to wrap up the live stream at the end. But for now, bye-bye. And the image is going to be going as well. There we go. So sorry everyone, I'm going to start display capturing for you on this Wednesday evening. Here we go. We're display capturing right now at 6:37 on Wednesday the 25th of January 2023. Jack, happy birthday everyone. I'll have to do some Scottish dancing and make it complete for myself. Enjoy watching all. Cheers, Gav. Thank you so much, Jack. You enjoy the rest of your night, my friend. You enjoy it. You enjoy it, Jack. Don't have too much of the don't have too much of the magic water though. or like the magic scotch, I suppose. But you have a fantastic night, my friend. Right, okay. Trevor Hall loves Mark's Foden's WeatherVids. Mark's great. Sean Partridge saying good evening to Katrine. Thank you so much, my friend, for being here. Benjamin Dover, my haggis is in the ninja already. Lovely. Right, okay, we're going to start bringing our 10 to 14 day now. We're going to start off with stratospheric data. So here we go. Temperatures are start lifting up at 10 HPA in response to the warming of the stratosphere that is taking place over Siberia. That warming has not yet really got into the North Pole, but the displacement event is already starting at the PV, and so temperatures have now lifted up to around -60, not too far from about average, from being at around -75 a few days ago. That black line will carry on lifting up over the coming few days, I think, at 30 HPA. Low down close to the troposphere. We are also starting to see just a little bit of a lift up there, but still very cold at that level of the stratosphere, still close to -80. This is how the GFS 6 run was looking in terms of stratospheric temperatures at 10 HPA. There's the warming that's taking place over Siberia. It looks very significant, that, with those red colours. It is only a minor warming, as it's not going to classify as a minor warming, as it's not going to reverse solar winds. But when the red colours appear, you know, the temperature is lifting up very significantly there at 10 HPA over Siberia. And, you know, the green colours starting to push into the North Pole, beginning to displace these blue and purple colours out into the North Atlantic and to northern parts of Europe. So over the next few days, this is what happens. That first warming sort of eases off, but then a renewed warming picks up at the end of the month. There's the red colours reappearing there around the 30th of January. The displacement event continues. The polar vortex, stratospheric polar vortex, displace into northern parts of Europe. A third warming takes place there, actually. So the second warming eases off, and a third warming takes place around the 2nd of February, also sort of pushing in towards the North Pole, into the extended range with the GFS V2. This is what happened. So the warming fades away. We don't get rid of the stratospheric polar vortex, but we do shrink it and weaken it and damage it quite a lot, but it ends up back into the pole. And it just sort of starts fading away, and it looks rather strange to that, doesn't it? By the very end, 10th of February, it's hard to make out exactly where the stratospheric polar vortex is, to be honest. So definitely it's been weakened a lot there. You know, it's definitely been significantly weakened at its roots in the stratosphere. This is how the latest GFS was looking, the 12th. Then again, we find that the displacement event has started, has begun, and that will continue over the coming few days as we get these renewed warmings over Siberia penetrating into the Arctic and into the North Pole as well. So we want to go to here, and that carries on into the extended as well. But you'll notice that the polar vortex doesn't completely go. The stratospheric polar vortex remains intact, albeit it has shrunk, it's weakened, but it remains, you know, we don't get rid of it, don't split it and whatnot, and so solar wind will not be going into reverse with this. This is how we end up with the 12Z. So could we be seeing signs of another warming beginning to get going there around Siberia by the 10th of February? Maybe, but up to that point, still the stratospheric polar vortex is in business with this displacement event into the North Atlantic and into northern parts of Europe as well. So we shall keep monitoring, we shall keep watching the stratosphere over the coming days. Central temperature is currently sitting at 5.2, which is about 1.5 degrees, or just under 1.5 degrees above average. That's provisional to the 24th of January. That will tick down a little bit more, but then may level up and might tick up a little bit as we come towards month's end. These are the GFS upper temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. We're at London today, so red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for London. It'll be getting a little bit cooler over the next few days, then lifting it up a little bit early next week, then a little bit cooler again around the middle of next week. Looks rather zonal, that, doesn't it? Very up and down. You get into the first week of January, first week of February, I should say, and you'll notice that the green line here is plummeting. So that's the operational run, and it looks like that's going cold through the first week of February. However, you can clearly see that that is an outlier. It's not well supported by the rest of the ensemble suite. In fact, most of the ensemble suite looks to be lifting the temperature up a little bit as we go into early February. We'll have a look at the 12Z GFS operation run in a moment, but whatever it's showing, it is going to go cold, obviously. Whatever it's showing, however it goes cold, please keep in mind that it will be an outlier and not supported by the rest of the GFS ensembles. It's an outlier, it's a trendsetter. Precipitation-wise, can be a lot of dry weather over next week, turning more unsettled through the first week of February. There's some quite big rainfall spikes there, indicating that a little bit of an onslaught could be on the way. Temperature anomalies! So, 20th of January, 2nd of February, a little bit cold average down in south, near and all, slightly above average elsewhere. and precipitation anomalies from the 25th of January, 2nd of February, drier than normal. The latest wind map from earthnullschool.net looks like this, though we bring some slightly mild, which is still in from the northwest to the north, but we are bringing some slightly less cold air in off the Atlantic at the moment. Right, let's start going through some chart data then. So I'll have a look at the UK Met, excuse me, Euro run. First of all, starting at 72 hours, this is for the weekend. Saturday, high pressure reaching in from off the Atlantic, being quite a bit of dry weather with it. Early next week, we get a slight northerly interlude around Monday. That doesn't last for long. Through to the middle of next week, we're quite flat. High pressure around France, low pressure is to our north. We're bringing in westerly winds there, looking generally quite mild and becoming a little bit more unsettled, especially so up in the north. Icon looks like that. Again, high pressure reaching in from the southwest on Saturday, being quite a bit of dry, quiet weather over the weekend. A little bit of a northerly interlude through the early part of next week. And then as next week progresses, we turn increasingly unsettled with low pressure in off the Atlantic, being wet, windy, and relatively mild weather into the opening days of February. Right, let's have a look at that GFS run, shall we? See what happened with that. So actually, let's have a look at the 6Z first of all, and then we'll have a look at the 12Z so we can contrast the two. So let's go to midnight run. So midnight GFS run, high pressure reaching in from off the Atlantic on Saturday. Beyond that, a little bit of a northerly interlude through the open of next week, then into milder, wetter and windier weather around the middle of next week. High pressure to the south, low pressure to the north. Turns very mild there around the 6th of February. Long fetch southwesterly wind tracking up the air from the Canary Islands. So that gives us a very, very mild first week to 10 days of February on the midnight GFS run. This is how the 6Z shaped up. So again, we find that we get a little bit of a northerly interlude on Monday. Then high pressure is in from off the Atlantic into the south for the second half of next week. Further north, it will be more unsettled. Then turn quite stormy with the GFS 6Z, a bit of an onslaught setting up later on for the first week of February. Plenty of wet, windy weather with that. Gale force winds, heavy rain driving in from off the Atlantic right way up to 10th of February. And then the 12Z looks like this, and we know this is going to be going cold, so this is how it happens. High pressure reaching in from off the Atlantic on Saturday, bringing a dry, quiet spell over the weekend. A little bit of a northerly interlude there early next week. Then wet and windy and quite chilly with winds in from the northwest around the middle part of next week. Then high pressure starts reaching up from the south as we get through to the first weekend of February. This is Saturday the 4th, around day 10. High pressure reaching up to the south. It's going to go to Scandinavia, isn't it? So, yes, this is easterly. Look at this. High pressure sets upon Scandinavia. We develop a beautiful, at 1,050 millibars, Scandinavian high, and we pull in a proper easterly wind. And so that will bring snow showers in from the east, of course, maybe even some longer spells of snow with that. And it stays cold into the second week of February as well, with high pressure maintained over Scandinavia. It looks like it's going to try and get to Greenland. So lower pressure is attempting to come in from off the Atlantic. That is still cold. Shall we have a look at the upper air temperatures? Should we have a look at the uppers, see what happened with those? So let's have the upper air temperatures are looking with that GFS 12Z run. Rather chilly through next week at times. Yeah, it will be quite cold at times through next week. And then the high pressure around the 4th, 5th February goes to Scandinavia, and wind goes into the east. We start to bring cold air in from the east, properly cold air. Look at that. On 10 Celsius isotherm coming in from the east. Dare I say, that's a little bit of a beastly easterly there. A mini beast perhaps around the 5th, 6th, 7th of February with that GFS 12Z run, and cold air is generally maintained up to 10th of February. In fact, the cold air across northern and eastern Europe is deepening and intensifying, so that high pressure scanning could hold its ground, but it's some very cold air starting to develop around eastern parts of Europe there by 10th February. Bear in mind, everyone, let's see what to say about that in the live chat. I bet you're enjoying that. We're at 142 concurrent viewers. Goodness gracious me, epic live stream. Thank you so much. What a big live stream this is. Bear in mind, everyone, But that is an outlier. It's a cold outlier, you know. So keep that in mind. But is it an outlier? Is it a trendsetter? Let me know in my live chat what you think. Is that an outlier or is that a trendsetter? Joe Weather, heard you, Joe. Hello, Joe. What do you know? We've also got Jamie Coxon here as well. Good evening to Jamie Coxon. Thank you so much, my friend, for being here. Nick Hind is here as well. Good evening to Nick. Darren Maroney, Grand GFS, always finds cold weather. It does seem to, doesn't it, my friend? Yeah, okay. So, James United, hopefully a trend. And Sean Hazel thinks a trendsetter too. JL, easterly winds. Wow. Callum, how many outliers have actually happened, Gav? Not many, you know, but occasionally. Occasionally an outlier will turn out to be a trendsetter. But very rare that happens. Very rare. Normally an outlier is just that, an outlier. And you go, you know, you end up going with the majority. Ryan 56, well, I hope it's a trendsetter, then we can get that February to remember Gav. It would be nice, wouldn't it? JL, smash the like button, or the East button if you like East wins. Yeah, please give us a like. We're at 53 thumbs up with 140 concurrent viewers, so it's absolutely epic. Andrew Barker, trendsetter. We are short on snow. We shall see. Right, okay, let's persevere then. So, we're going to go back to 500 Joe Potential, and we'll have a look at GM. GM, if you enjoy this live stream, please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for doing that. We need to put on around 55, 60 subscribers to get us out to 15.5k. So if you could give us a sub, it'd be absolutely epic and fantastic. Thank you so much for doing that, everyone. Right, GM, high pressure bridge GM from the Atlantic on Saturday, and generally dry, quiet and pretty mild weekend. Winds going to the north briefly on Monday, and then we're back into sort of flat conditions with high pressure south, low pressure to the north, looking increasingly unsettled. Maybe hinting it going a little bit stormy for the north anyway by Saturday, 4th of February. Looking mild, low pressure is to the north, high pressure south. Absolutely no sign whatsoever of any sort of easterly scenario there. And then we've got the ECM at WF. It isn't fully out yet for the 12s there, but have a look at the midnight run though. So again, high pressure ridging in from the southwest on Saturday, bringing us a dry, quiet weekend next week. Tony Morton south, especially further north. So we go for a little bit of northerly snap there on Monday, but generally it's mild through most of next week, especially in the south. That's how we look with the ECM midnight run. That's how we looked with the ECM midnight run. Increasingly unsettled, wet, windy, and mild on up to the 4th of February. As I say, we will have a look at the 12s there. ECM before we end the live stream. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from tometeo.com. So quite a lot of dry weather from the south. There will be some wintry showers early next week up in the north, but not much coming from that. And then through next week, precipitation, rain, and some things, so particularly in the north, very little getting into the south until we get to day 10, and then we're turning properly wet and windy. That's the 4th of February, but the first significant area of low pressure sweeping in from off the Atlantic. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensemble today for day 10 from the ECM.wf.int website. That's to the 4th of February. 14 members of the ECM ensemble have low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south. That bringing in an Atlantic flow, mild, wet and windy with that one. We also have 12 members of the ECM ensembles with deep low pressure to our west and looking unsettled. There is quite a strong sort of blocking signal up towards the Arctic with that one, but not close enough at that point to bring us any cold weather. And then we've also got 12 members of ECM ensembles here with high pressure ridging in from the southwest, so that's going to be dry, a drier, milder option, kind of like the GFS midnight run was showing, I suppose. We've got another 8 members of the ECM ensemble for day 10 here with high pressure to the south, low pressure is away to the northwest, that's going to be dry and mild. And then we have got 5 members of the ECM ensemble dropping a trough of low pressure through Central Western Europe. So with that, the jet stream doing something a little bit like that, I think. So we're just on the edge of being quite cold with that one, but only 5 members going in that direction. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. 20 members of the ECM ensembles with an Atlantic onslaught type pattern, winds in from a west-southwesterly direction, very mild, wet, windy. We've got another 14 here, also looking very westerly, low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south. That could bring stormy weather into the north. And then we've got 10 here again, looking very unsettled, low pressure in off the Atlantic with that one. And then finally, we've got 7 that maybe go in the same direction as the GFS 12Z. So 7 members of the ECM. So I read this from this morning clusters. 7 members building up high pressure from Iceland towards Scandinavia, probably some kind of east-southeasterly flow. So it's a very minority option, but 7 members of the ECM ensembles were seeing what that GFS 12Z run was seeing, with the chance of high pressure building to our northeast. It's a very unlikely scenario, but it's a possibility, I suppose. CFS V2 weeklies, these are 500 millibar high giant break down to week periods. The first week period takes us from the 25th to 31st of January. High pressure will be over and to the west of the country, re-establishing a milder westerly wind there. Into week 2, which is going to be the 1st and the 7th of February, low pressure dominates from off the Atlantic, looking mild, wet and windy with that. Week 3 also, which is the 8th to the 14th of February, looks very unsettled still. Low pressure coming in from off the Atlantic. And then week 4 rounds it all off. It's going to be the 15th to 21st of February. High pressure over France, low pressure around Iceland. The winds coming in from a mild west-southwesterly direction. February is a mild or very mild month if that CFS run verifies. CFS monthly for February looks like that. It's still sticking with its idea. It's had 4 months for low pressure to be to the north, high pressure to the south, and winds in from a mild west or southwesterly direction. Therefore, we have a milder than average temperature anomaly in February, and we also have a wetter than average month on our hands. You want to have a look at a little bit of long range, everybody. Shall we, shall we have a little bit of long range? Why don't we do that up 130? Thank you so much, everybody. That's absolutely epic. Simon Extreme Weather Luckman. Simon saying flat as a pancake. It is flat as a pancake there with the CFS. Flat as a pancake. Ella, any advice? When will be a good time to travel to the Canary Islands? I need some sunshine. Anytime, anytime. Even now, you can get some pretty nice, pleasant weather down there. Depends how hot you want it, I suppose. If you want it really hot, then go in the summer, and it will be exceptionally hot. But even now, you're going to get a temperature probably upper teens, low 20s, very pleasant. Most of the time, all year round in that direction. Ryan 56, that 40 Celsius in the summer began as an outlier, didn't it? I think it did, actually. Yes, that was one of the times when an outlier did verify. Generally they don't, but occasionally they do. Okay, James United wants to see a little bit long range, I think. Shira wants to see a little bit of long range. We've also got Joe Weather wants to see a little bit of long range. We've also got Matthew Orchard who wants to see a little bit of long range. Simon wants to see a little bit of long range. Katrine wants to see a little bit of long range. Katrine is telling me that she wants to see a little bit of long range, and James Jukebox 2 wants me to do it. No, why don't we do that? Marcus, Gavin, if February is mild, your forecast will be spot on. I think the forecast for winter 2022-2023 has been okay. I'm quite pleased with how it's gone so far. Callum wants to see a little bit of long range as well. Okay, we'll do that for you. Then I'll have a look at the ECM Trails then, and then we will be done. Right, so Metset. So you can go through the monthlies very briefly. Now, this is how ECMWF was forecast in January at the start of the month, with high pressure southwest, low pressure to our northeast, so kind of west-northwesterly type month. Now, this is how February is predicted with the ECM Low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south, flat as a pancake. Winds in from a westerly direction. Could be quite stormy, that deep low up to the north. Maybe this mean cell pressure anomaly. Now, March looks colder with the ECM. It's placing high pressure up over Greenland, Iceland. Has low pressure across much of southern, southwestern Europe. Winds, therefore, will be coming in for a cold northeasterly direction. So, although February is mild, March is cold there. April, anticyclonic, probably quite pleasant with high pressure through the country. After a cold March, we get a nice April with a lot of dry weather. May looks like that. Not that good for May. We get some higher pressure up towards Greenland, low pressures over Scandinavia, probably quite a lot of northerly winds in May, so that could be quite a cool month. And then June, which is a long way out, so not worth worrying about, but the start of the summer looks like that. Quite unsettled, low pressure to the north, high pressure around North Atlantic, Greenland, excuse me, winds in from a westerly or northwesterly direction, so probably quite unsettled and cool in June. Right, okay, that's the ECM-WF. Let's have a look at a couple more. Have a look at Meteo France, shall we? So, Meteo France looks like that for February. And again, just quite a high pressure dominated month, high pressure out to our west. Going to be generally Atlantic based with that. March, Meteo France also takes that high pressure up to Greenland with low pressure to our south. Winds will come in for a cold northeast direction. That's the ECM and Meteo France going for a cold March. April looks like this with high pressure towards Scandinavia, low pressure out west. That will be a warmer April. So after a cold March, we get a warmer April. May looks like that, high pressure reaching in from the Atlantic into the north of the country, so probably quite an anticyclonic and pleasant May. And then June looks like that again, similar to ECM. High pressures out to the west, low pressure to the northeast. So it could be a little bit unsettled, a little bit on the cool side in June. Right, that's that one done. Let's have a look, shall we, next at, why not go to DWD, the German model, see what that's doing. So again, in February, DWD looks very unsettled in February. Deep low pressure in the North Atlantic, a real onslaught in February. No Greenland blocking with DWD in March. Low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south. That would keep the mild weather going in March. Could be rather stormy in the north, drier in the south. April looks like that. High pressure sets up towards Scandinavia. Low pressure goes south. That will bring us an easterly and potentially quite cool April there. And then May looks like that. Quite unsettled with low pressure in from off the Atlantic. So quite a wet May. And June also looking very unsettled. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That will be a bit of a washout June, I think, with all about low pressure over the top of the country. That's the DWD German model. We can go next to, let's go to the ECCC, see what that one's doing. What epic life. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been great. Thank you so much. We're coming to the end now, but still got a little bit more long range training and the ECM-12 there. February, again, CMCC looking very unsettled. Atlantic onslaught type pattern. March looks like that. High pressure is to our east, low pressure to our west. That's probably going to be dry and quite warm March, I would have thought. April looks like that. High pressure to our north, low pressure out to our west. A little bit more easterly based. That's in April. That could be a cooler type month. May looking unsettled, low pressure in off the Atlantic into northern Europe, and June looks like that. High pressure reaching in from off the Atlantic, so that's perhaps a drier, a warmer type pattern for June. We'll have a look at the have a look at the CMCC, see what that one's doing. So for February, again, just looks very unsettled with the CMCC in February. That's March, no Greenland blocking, low pressure around Greenland with this one, high pressure just about east. That's going to be a very dry, a mild March. April looks nice as well. High pressure right in over top of the country. That's a warm and dry April. May also looks okay with high pressure reaching through the country. So main dry, quite warm in May. And June, the high pressure fest goes on. So very dry first half of the year to come with CMCC. Winds will be in from the east there, giving us a potentially quite hot June. JMA looks like that. So once more in February, we've got lots of low pressure to the north, high pressure is to the south, winds coming up from a southwesterly direction in February. March with the JMA looks anticyclonic, high pressure right over top of coast, so it's going to be quite nice scenario if that comes off. Also continues into April as well, so a couple of nice months there, warm and dry for March and April. May deteriorates, low pressure sets up over top of the country, turns cool and wet, and then we get through into June, which also looks quite unsettled with low pressure way to the north and west. That looks a little bit 2007-ish, doesn't it? And then finally the UK Met looks like that, and so for February, the UK Met, very unsettled with low pressure up to the north, high pressure is to the south. These shots are always fascinating from Met set, aren't they? So Atlantic driven in February. March looking like this. Overall, looks quite unsettled, but high pressure close to the country, so probably main drive quite mild in March. April looks unsettled with the UK Met Office model, low pressure dominating. There is a bit of green and blocking there as well. May has extensive northern blocking with low pressure to our south, so that will be quite a cool and wet month, I think, in May, maybe even thundering in the south. June looks better, a nice ridge developing from the Atlantic into northern Europe, suggesting quite a dry and warm June. Remember, that's all just for fun. It's all unreliable. Any forecast beyond 5-7 days comes with big health warnings, live pictures and site attached. Last thing to look out on this live stream, been absolutely epic. Thank you so much, everybody. The last thing we're going to look at will be the ECM trials there, which is now fully updated. Starting on Saturday, high pressure ridging in from off the Atlantic, generally quite dry and quite mild, into about next week. A little bit of a northerly snap on Monday, back into those westerlies through the second half of next week, driving south, wet windy in the north. That's how it looked by day 10, increasingly unsettled and potentially even turning rather stormy by Saturday before February. Once again, absolutely no sign whatsoever of that Scandinavian high that the GFS 12Z produced. And we're done. What an epic live stream. Thank you so much, everybody. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Everybody say thank you so much to our moderators. That would be lovely. Thank you so much to the moderators for moderating on this live stream. I'll just put webcam and the image back up. Okay, with that, well, what a lovely live stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for that. JRP, hi Gab, didn't I say SSW will be a phantom phenomena? The GFS always backs off. Not always. I mean, if it always backed off, we would never get an SSW, and we do get SSWs like every other winter. So I don't agree with you, sorry, JRP, on that. I don't agree. Sorry. But it has this time, you know, but if you was correct, then we would never have an SSW, would we? So, how do we get SSWs? Katrine, Gavin, Gavin and all in the GavsWeatherVids community, a safe and warm night. Thank you so much, Katrine. You have a good night. Thank you so much. Right, yeah, been absolutely epic. Thank you so much, everybody. Just shout out to Super Chatters, I think. So, let's shout out. Thank you so much to JL for renewing your channel membership. Thank you so much, JL, for doing that. Right, so thank you so much for your kindness and generosity to Neil Fennell. Thank you so much for your kindness and generosity to Andre Alpha. And thank you so much for your kindness and generosity to Ryan56. Thank you so much to our super chatters on this epic live stream. Thank you so much. Right, we're done. So just coming up tomorrow, we're going to start off with 6 a.m. upload. We're going to have the European Outlook, and we'll have a 10 to 14 there for you tomorrow. The next live stream is going to be on Friday night, so we'll be live streaming on Friday night around 10:30, and I shall see you live for that. You have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday night, and we'll see you either for our uploads or for our next live stream. But for this live stream, that is all for now, and thank you so much for watching. See you soon.